y'all, what's up? Y'all know who it is already. Shantae Williams, aka Scars and Makeup. Today I have a guest here with me. His name is Ejay, aka the DJ. He is an inspirational entertainer.
Yes. What's going on, everyone? Go by the name of Ejay the DJ from the Bronx. I like to call myself an inspirational entertainer, aka the hustler, for many reasons.
Okay. We're going to get into the reasons in a short moment. So, Ejay, I have a couple questions that I want to ask you.
Yes.
When you first heard the word Scars and Makeup, what were your thoughts?
When I first heard scars and makeup, it was just thinking like, somebody got some scars and they cleaned it up real nice. Because makeup really clean up things, and when you take the makeup off, it's scars. So when you put the makeup on, the scars go away. So that's why I was thinking scars and makeup.
Okay. What does Scars and Makeup represent to you?
Scars and makeup represents to me the struggle. Because we all got a struggle, we all got a story. But the makeup is how you cover up the story and make it look good to the world. Most of the time, people just go through things, but you just don't know. But then when you see the outcome, that's just the success. That's the makeup. The success is the makeup.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your Scars and Makeup story. Where did it all start? Where did Ejay grow up? Where did his story start?
I grew up in the South Bronx, just a regular kid, trying to get out the struggle, trying to get out the same poverty as everybody else, trying to better myself and do something with myself. Wasn't really sure what I was going to do, but I know I wanted to do something in the entertainment field. That's what really caught my attention, and I love how music really keeps my soul together. So I got the opportunity to get a phone number from one of my good friends. Shout out to him from Rockefeller, and that started my debut to the world. Well, not to the world, but to the the business of music. As far as street team, that's the marketing and promotion side of things. So I learned how to market an artist from the street level and get the streets apart to what's going on. So that's really important, because without street team, that's the promotion of a company. That's before social media is going on today. So you need that. And then from there, I went to Vibe magazine, and I think at Vibe magazine trying to change my life. That's when I really started seeing things differently, as being in the same room as people I seen on TV and having conversations with them.
Right.
So that gave me that rhythm of saying, wow, I really could do this. And my biggest break was going to the Vibe Awards, the second annual Vibe Awards. And actually being in that arena was like, wow. I watched the BET Awards for years in my house. Actually be at a Vibe Awards was like, wow. To being around like Jadakiss and Snoop Dogg and Game and 50 Cent and some real artists, it was like, wow, to really be around them. And that made me realize I can't be on the corner no more. I can't be doing the same thing. I gotta change it. I gotta change. And I realized it's more than likely to just sit on that corner. LA is a beautiful state. Beautiful.
Okay, so what were you doing on the corner? Was you a hustler?
Nah, I was no hustler. I was just, a knucklehead like everybody else. I like to party, have fun, do the knucklehead things. I just never got caught up in the wrong stuff.
Good.
I did things, but that's not that serious. But as you're being a young boy, you do things. You jump out of cabs and just do regular basic stuff. Throw rocks and play football and sports and stuff like that. Nothing real serious. But then it just got a time when it was like, all right, what's more important? You could be a knucklehead, or you could do something positive. When people was going to jail, it just wasn't cool no more to be a knucklehead and do knucklehead things.
Okay, so at what age did you say, okay, enough of the knucklehead foolishness? Let me get on my grind and do what I got to do.
I think it was just the start of high school for me, with just like me being a Rockefeller street team was just something different. Everybody wanted to come to Rockefeller. Rockefeller was the hottest in the game at that time.
Yes, it was.
So everybody wanted to be a part of Rockefeller, and I'm there, and I'm seeing them. And I walk into the office, and I see Jay, and I see a Bleak, and I see a Biggs, and I see a Beans, and I see a Dame Dash. So you see them in the office, and you see them all as friends hanging out. So just seeing them as being friends and hanging out, doing it, it's like, wow, I could do the same thing. So that gave me my motivation to keep going forward. And the more I did it, the more, it kept me out of trouble. And the more I stayed from the streets, the more I heard what was going on in the streets. So that kept me, a distance from everything. But I was still a hustler in my own right. And when I say a hustler, that don't mean selling drugs. I was a hustler that's doing what I got to do to get where I need to get. You know, going to college, you know, going to school, you know, working, getting my money up, doing the right thing.
Right. No, I mean, everybody, the word hustler is pretty much a metaphor, just like scars and makeup. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're out there selling drugs in the streets. Hustle is a hustle. Whether you could be selling T-shirts, you could be selling hats, you could be selling roses. You know, you could be hustling to get, you know, to the next, you know, course, you know, and finishing your grades in school. So I mean, you know, shout out to you for putting that out there with the whole hustling thing, because you know, I mean, certain people would think that and say, "Oh, he was a hustler." That's why off the back I asked you, "Were you on the corner?" Because there's a lot of people who've done that, and you know, I don't, you know, take nothing away from nobody because I was one myself, so I know how it feels to be out on the street doing my thing. So I hear you talk about a lot of, you know, people in the industry. You know, you dropped a lot of names. Tell me what the experience was with those type of people and what made you want to do or pursue the things that you wanted to pursue just by being around them.
It was just like, you know, being around them was like being around a bunch of sharks. You can't be a guppy in this water. They told me straight from the back, we sharks, and sharks make a lot of money.
Right.
So you could be a guppy and look at us, or you could be a shark and swim with us. So it's either or. So I made my decision from day one and said I may jump into this water and I make sure I'm gonna be a shark, because a lot of guppies in this water, you gotta be fearless. And one thing about this business, it don't happen overnight.
Right.
So there's a lot of failures you're gonna get, and the more you fail, the more you learn from it. Because every failure is an experience, and most people always forget about the experience. So the more I fail and learn, and it was, I always wanted to do music, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do until I started working at Warner Brothers Music Groups. And then I had a chance to do the A&R work over there, and I worked with Jim Jones for a little while. I was an assistant over there with Andy Smith, so that was a good opportunity for me as an intern. Learned the ropes over there. So I've been around the industry for a while, and I learned a lot.
Okay, so tell me exactly, what do you do as far as industry is concerned?
Well, as the industry concerned, I started my own company called Wire Radio 247 Media Groups. And Media Group is under my radio show, which comes on Wednesdays from 10 to midnight. So my radio show is an outlet to all the independent artists right now. We give them a platform to play their music. And not only that, our radio station, FLO Empire Radio, is registered with ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and BDS. So the artists actually get credit for me playing their music.
Right.
So I play a lot of independent artists as well as mainstream artists.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So, wow, that's dope. I didn't even know all of that. I know a little bit. I didn't get up on my homework. I should have. So, tell me what type of people come down there. Is it just strictly unsigned artists?
We definitely different.
Are you versatile? Do you diverse with different people?
Oh, we very diverse.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Tell me more about that.
We do independent artists. We definitely give them a platform, but you got to be dope in doing something.
Right.
Mainstream artists as well. We do independent artists as far as booksellers, because they artists themselves. Painters, entrepreneurs, business owners. Anything that's want to get talked about. We do models. So we don't just limit ourselves to just one genre. I'm working on getting more pop artists in there. I do play EDM. I am a DJ myself. That's where Ejay the DJ comes in at. So I do play EDM music. I play top 40. So I play a little bit of everything, versatile. I work a little dub fest. So shout out to all artists that love dub fest out there. So we just try to be versatile and bring an artist that's different.
So you do that on the radio show? You do that yourself? Like,
yes.
Oh, okay. So you definitely be grinding.
So you might hear a mixture. Like one night you might hear top 40, another night you might hear EDM. And you might get crazy and hear the Spanish music. Like I try to get it to all of
That's dope. No, that's dope. Definitely. That's definitely dope. So, explain to me as far as community-wise, like activist-wise, what are you doing, you know, or what are you helping do with the community as far as is concerned with the youth and, you know.
Community wise, yes. That's something I'm working on. We haven't like actually got to that tunnel yet, but it's actually in the making. Right now we're working on doing some private events with some companies, and I want to do a clothing drive. I want to do work with the shelters, because a lot of people do clothing drive, but they don't do like I feel not cosmetics, but like deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes.
Right.
Those are things that people forget.
Those are cosmetics.
They're cosmetics. So people forget about those. Like a lot of people do the basic stuff like clothes drive.
Right.
That's cool. But what about the people that don't have toothpaste? Like these are things that I want to get into. You know, it's a little hard because a lot of politics are part of that. So we're working on that as well. Also, I work with a company called Seaball. Shout out to Sleep in the Bronx. He's doing an amazing job with the kids.
Okay.
He's definitely doing his thing. I work with him as well because he's helping the kids get an opportunity to play basketball, and he's showing a different light with it. We educating them on the fundamentals of basketball. So I help out. I volunteer my time with him and I actually take pictures of the event. I do a little photography on the side, so I work with him. That's amazing opportunity, amazing project. Yeah, I definitely got to check that out. The next event is March 7th, 2014. Sorry, 2015.
Keep me in the loop with that. Yeah. Definitely.
It's going to be at Madison Square Boys and Girls Club in the South Bronx, 1540 Hoe Avenue.
Okay.
So that's going to be like a real dope event.
I'm with it. I'm definitely with that.
And they're going to have a cooking class for adults that don't know how to cook. So they definitely give back to the community. And then there's always the after party that follows, where I'll be on the ones and twos, and they'll be doing a charity. Definitely be doing a charity. So definitely shout out to Sleep and the whole Seaball Union. It's definitely a dope movement out there.
Shout out to Sleep, definitely. Just let Scars and Makeup roll off your tongue after this one. Yeah. So I mean, do you do besides the charity work that you just explained? Do you do charity DJing as well?
Yeah, definitely. That's something I'm working on getting more into. Definitely doing more charity events. I feel like definitely want to get more into the community. Because it's one thing when you're doing stuff for yourself, but then it's another thing when you got some people looking up to you and telling you aspire them.
Absolutely.
Like it's a board changer. Like everything changed for me.
Right.
So it made me realize like I can't just walk in the same light that I used to walk in. I got to make sure whatever I do is meaningful.
Right.
So I definitely try to get back to the kids. My godson hit me up, and my godson excited right now. He want to be a DJ. So that pushed me even more and motivated me. Cut that.
Cut. Yep.
Yeah, well, for me, just having people look up to me, like, inspire me, like, having my godson, want to be a DJ now, that, like, really inspired me to really go hard and really create a platform. And there's a lot of kids out here that don't have the opportunity or going down the wrong road. Because, when I was young, only person I seen that was doing good was the drug dealers and the hustlers.
Right. That actually was my next question. I was actually going to ask you, when you were younger, who did you look up to? Who was your inspiration?
Well, I ain't gonna say I looked up to no drug dealers.
Right,
but,
right.
I definitely say like it was dope when you sitting outside and they pull up in that new
BMW,
foreign,
yeah.
new foreign, and you looking like, oh wow, or they make sure everybody got ice cream, or they do a big block party for the hood, and it's like wow, like you see it, and then you want to do the same thing, but you just don't know how.
Right.
And then you grow up and you like, damn, I got a regular job and this shit ain't working out for me. Then a lot of people go to the streets.
Right.
And once you get that first felony, that's when your life is over. It's hard to move around.
Absolutely.
And I just thank God every day that I escaped some felonies because I don't have none.
Absolutely.
I haven't got a chance to go. I ain't gonna say I got a chance, but I avoided
You chose
those.
that, right? You chose the right road.
It's definitely chose the right road. So it's definitely things that I did that I'm happy for, and it feel good when my friends call me and say, "Yo, you inspired me. I like what you're doing." Because it's definitely rough. Like owning your own company is not easy. It's hard.
Oh, yeah.
You deal with different personalities, and then when I go back to the beginning, when they say you got to be a shark, they mean that. Like you got to be fearless in this game, because the first wrong move could be your last move, and if you're not strong enough, you definitely sink.
Wow. So
you got to be strong in this business.
Wow. Okay. So let me ask you this: were a lot of your friends the opposite of you? Like, let me say it like this: out of the group that you hung out with, and were you one of them to go to college and not be on the streets and hustle?
I was versatile.
Okay.
I went to college because I was bored. I was bored.
That's a first.
I was bored. I was really bored. I was getting bored with everything. At that time I was working at Vibe magazine. And Vibe had a big downsize. And every year around December, in the entertainment industry, a lot of people get laid off.
Okay.
Because that's the fourth quarter. So if the numbers ain't getting made, that money is not right.
It's time to
get chopped.
Right.
So when Vibe had that big layoff, it was like, damn, I know it's coming, but I don't know what else to do. And I've been here for about 2 years, so what else I'm gonna do? I've been grinding, doing my thing. So I went to college. It was the only thing that was right.
Right.
And I had fun. I met some good people up there. We had fun. Right. Like the things that we did up there were just like wow. Like I found brothers, like people that I could call to this day. Like I still got my family on the outside, but those are the people I went to college with.
Right.
We really had long, nice conversations, and we just really had a good time in college, and that really motivated me to go harder. because you meet people that the same as you that want the same thing you want in life.
Right.
So now it's like, oh wow, like it's dope.
That is dope. So what type of information would you give to the young men and women out there that are pursuing a certain type of career or goal, you know, whether it's in the industry, whether they're pursuing their dream to do whatever it is that they want to do as far as, you know, college is concerned versus the streets?
Well, you know, I always feel like going to college is going to give you that edge of having versatility. You're going to be able to meet different people and you understand people. Because if you don't, not say if you don't, but if you in the street, you understand one kind of person. Because the streets is straight, the hood, like it don't change. Only thing changes the play is the game is always the same.
Right.
So when you go to college, you learn you're dealing with different people and you learn how to maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say, you know, just be consistent. You know, failure is an opportunity to learn. It is not always a loss. A lot of people look at failure as, oh, I did bad. No, you get a chance to learn from it and take from it. So if you're doing something, write it down, put it on paper. I learned that. Put everything on paper and you look at your mistakes and then you reevaluate it. It's like basketball or sports. After the game is over, the coach watched the game from back to front and they see what plays that wasn't done or the plays that was done but what was missed to get that score. So the same as this industry. So a lot of times when I do a game plan or I do an event, I always look at it the next day and look at the variables of what I did wrong or what I need to add to it.
Okay, excuse me. I was trying to hold that in. I just want to wrap this up real quick by just giving this last question. You being who you are today came from all your mistakes, correct? Because you just said, you know, take your downfalls or your lessons learned as just that, you know, write it down and things like that, and that's what made you who you are today. Am I correct?
Yes, definitely.
So, being who you are today, you have people looking up to you. Am I right?
Yes.
Could you tell me a couple of those people?
You know, just got like my family, you know, got some of my close friends, you know, they always give me the encouragement to keep me going. It made me feel good to see it. Because I feel like if you can't get your home base to follow you and support you, who want to support you? But it feels good when you got somebody that you look up to or respect and they telling you like, yo, keep going. So it feels good, you know, have family members supporting me, good friends, close friends, you know, my neighborhood backing me. So it feels good to really say, you know, I'm on a good road, I'm on a good routine right now, what I'm doing. And then also I got my first intern, you know, so that's happy for me. You know, I got my company running good. I got about eight of us right now. So, you know, it's really growing. I remember starting it with nothing, you know, with just the idea.
So entrepreneur, it's worth it pretty much.
It's definitely going to be a long night. Like, entrepreneurship ain't something you just do 20 hours a week. No, It's something you do 24/7.
Wow, we just finished chopping it up with Ejay the DJ. Definitely gave us a lot of information. He's definitely a giver. He definitely loves the kids. You know, he's all about giving back. He's all about schools. He's all about hustling hard. He's all about doing whatever he got to do to get what he wants. And I think that's definitely dope. So I just want to thank you personally from Scars and Makeup for sharing your story and putting that information out there.
Got my makeup on now.
Definitely for sharing your story and giving that information out to, you know, the youth and the adults as well, you know, because a lot of adults be needing, you know, guidance as well, you know.
Positive.
So
it's cold down there.
Yeah, that was freezing. So once again, thank you. I appreciate everything, your time, the message, everything. Scars and Makeup, y'all.
It's your boy Ejay the DJ. You know what it is. Scars and Makeup is a new movement. You need to be in tune with it. If you don't know now, you know. More information, check them out right now. ScarsandMakeup.com. Holla at me. I'm co-signing. This is the takeover. Ejay the DJ. Let's go.